When we talk about putting this into print, then, which print could also be electronic, and you'll see a couple of electronic press kits in this segment too. And I thank my colleagues for allowing me to showcase their materials. There are different types of one sheet. So let me give you a little definition. When we first started in the speaking industry about our marketing materials, they were big catalogs. They were multi-page catalogs. Zig Ziglar, Earl Nightingale, the voice of the airways, who became one of our Golden Gavel Award recipients. Actually, both of those have. So we started as full color, big printed catalogs. Then the meeting planners were saying, we have a big stack of these. Can you trim that down into one sheet? Or just give us one page. And that's how they got their name. One sheet, front and back, or one page, as in perhaps even just one side of one page. All right, so here's what our current definitions are to give you some examples. This again is our colleague accredited speaker Forrest Tuff. This I would call a bio sheet. So a bio sheet is information about you, not necessarily about the topic. If you look underneath his brand headline, then it says what the topics are. Those are the categories. Those are the categories on a bio sheet. All right. Here's Freddie Doctrum out of Lethbridge, Alberta. This is a basic bio sheet. Now, don't close your eyes because I'm going to do some slideshow right here. This is a basic bio sheet. This is her keynote topic one sheet. So now it is specific to one topic title. See where we're going with this? The general one sheet may have several different topics listed on it with a little bit of description and biography. This one is specific to that particular topic. Here's a bio sheet for her workshops. Again, so a bio sheet. Here's a seminar topic one sheet specific to discover your true colors. Again, different types of one sheets. Here's one of my own general one sheets, and we'll include later at the end of my presentation where you can locate one of these. All right, so here's my basic general one sheet. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 topics with a short sentence or a teaser description, and then in italics, what are the benefits, right? With an action photo, always have good photos, by the way. And here's the flip side of that particular printed one sheet. Now, often here I'm asked, what do you do with a one sheet? You include them in your marketing materials, as Brian Lee did in his workbook pages today. He had a one page right following the title page. This is what I would do with my one sheets. Or in on-site presentations, place one on each attendee chair with the handout, but put the handout first and then the one sheet so it doesn't seem like hard sell. And on your LinkedIn profile, put it in the featured section. Then you can change it real easily, real easy. We'll break it down and we'll take a look at what these look like. Here's the backside of an audience specific one sheet. All right, now I'm getting very targeted. So for instance, Greg Wood, and thank you very much, that he changes, he keeps the same basic template of his one sheet, which you'll see in a few minutes, that then he just changes the text for that particular audience or meeting planner he is addressing in order to help him get hired. Brilliant. All right, so testimonial from the industry, boom, right at the top. So is this a stage 1, 2, or 3 item? Stage 2, it's confirmation. It's a form of proof. The next area, industry relevant clients. Aha, looking for the match. Notice that these are chunked into audience types or associations or businesses, facilities management, financial, government, hospitality and travel, and then alphabetical within those. When we first get started, then they're not so much clients, but you could, in your marketing materials, call them audiences include. Write that one down. Audiences include. Now you have integrity, even though they were not clients who paid. There you go. All right, so industry relevant. And then showing the virtual background, because I tweaked this one sheet back in 2020 when we all became virtual. Doing well, let's see, I'd been doing virtual since 2010, but in 2020 I needed to update my own materials, including the website, and change the text there to let people know I was available for virtual presentations. All right, so you're getting some ideas. This is one of our accredited speakers, certified speaking professional colleagues, Kevin Snyder. And this is his media packet that you can download from his website, kevinsnyder.com. And I'll show you one of the other, these are two more pages from inside his electronic catalog. Basically, that's what it is. So now we can be very simple, and we can also, as we develop more of our materials, again with focus, then we can create larger packets. All right. So now, how do we design these? All right. Now we understand the definitions. We see where we're going. This is number 5 on the list of 10. How do we design those sheets to get us hired? Keep in mind those 3 stages. What are they? Relevance, confirmation, and action. Yes, there are 7 significant elements that decision makers need from us to determine that we are a match. How are we a match that we can help them solve their problems? So number 1, the problems you can solve. Wait until I queue up all 7. You're welcome to capture a screenshot of this. So problems we can solve. Number 2, the solutions. Number 3, our expertise or credentials as a subject matter expert. Number 4, proof. So testimonials, endorsements, the listing of similar clients. Number 5, the website. Where can they find more information? Number 6, our contact information. And number 7, current photos of you. Go ahead and capture a snap. There you go. Now, how do those get placed into a layout to be effective, to grab their attention, bring us through the text and the call to action that they reach out to us? Thanks for asking. All right, the next 2 pages inside of your workbook are these models, if you will. They are sample layouts. How to use this is as what gets placed where, but do not include the lines or boxes around the text box images. Those are to give you an idea of the layout and the placement. Do not box text. You may put a frame around your photo, but boxing things in traps the reader's eye and actually goes against the grain, and people become irritated. Kind of interesting with that. All right, so let's take a look at now, where do these 7 items go? Well, starting with number 1, the headline. So the problems that you can solve. A few ideas here could be that it's a question. Again, what's the pain? What's the pain? Why should they hire you? It could be a quotation. Quote yourself, by the way, instead of somebody else. A testimonial, something that someone has said that you use with their permission in the headline. It could be a fact or a statistic. 2 out of 3 recommend something. So that's number 1. Number 2, then, the solutions that you provide are within your presentations. That's why the short statement and the bullet point benefits, offering what's in it for them. Number 3, then, is your expertise. That goes under your photo typically, or it may even be the next page. When we're starting, though, as Toastmasters turning pro, just start with 1 page. It could be this specific layout that you follow. Just start very simple. Whatever you're designing in, whether it be Word, let's see, Darren LaCroix, when he sent me one of his one sheets, it was designed in PowerPoint. Today, I believe that he's using Pages, but to give you an idea, whatever software program or publisher, MS Publisher, then there's preloaded templates that you can use and modify it. Notice that it's a thin column on one side and wider on the other. The technical term for this is called the Scholar's Margin Grid. It is a progressive layout as opposed to 2 equal columns. So this is progressive. It captures people's attention. All right, so number 3 is your expertise, your credentials, and I've given you some ideas there. Number 5 is going to be the website. Number 6 is your contact information. And number 7, your photo. It could be a portrait photo, could be an action photo. If in your photo you are facing a particular direction, Ensure that your face and or eyes are pointing back into the text on the layout. That's called implied motion. All right, so if you're just getting started, this is a great layout for you to follow. Yep, there you go. All right. Now, as you progress in your career and you are adding more items to your list, you may want to add the second page, which let's take a look at the numbering system there. So number 4 is going to be proof with your partial client list. Yours could say audiences include for that particular text, some type of alphabetical order, and I've actually used some from Winnipeg and Manitoba. Always tailor your presentation. So testimonials are also a form of proof. There you go. Again, your website, your contact information. And here, this could be an action photo of you, maybe not necessarily using a microphone, but that you're an action photo of you as if you are speaking to an audience. Meeting planners love to see that. They want to imagine what it would be like to have you in front of their audience. Our job is to make them look good and deliver what we say we're going to, and to beg for more. That's how you can build more into the consulting back-end contracts and sell books and everything else. So let me share with you a short story of a success story. This is Lenora Billings Harris. When she heard me speak at the National Speakers Association years ago, then she realized that, oh my gosh, I need to work with you. And she was an absolute joy to do so. So this is her before photo. So if we were talking about pricing, right? In I learned we're not supposed to like name our figures. So we were taught to talk in fruit. So this would be, if you're looking at this particular type of one, she was paid bananas. Well, here's what I did with her branding. So now bananas go aside. We're adding commas. We're adding apples and oranges. And she is now one of the foremost DEI presenters globally. So she went from a small comma to a $20,000 engagement fee. So if you're asking does image really matter? Yes, it does. She went on to become the first African-American president of the International Federation of Professional Speakers, Global Speaker Federation. I may have those two confused, but also from National Speakers Association. So how this came about was I always study who I'm going to be working with, whether it's coaching, consulting, or speaking. Do your homework. On only one place in her entire website, it had the phrase, the marble lady. And I said, Lenore, tell me about that. She just starts laughing. And she says, oh, that's nothing. No, tell me, what does that mean? Well, because I speak on diversity and multicultural diversity and inclusion, no two marbles are alike. I go, you're sitting on your brand. I said, okay, let's get a photo shoot for you. And I said, here are the colors that I'm a former professional photographer. Here's the colors that I'd like to see you. Take different things, put some music on in the background in the photo studio that you can move to, and just let it go. And this was the photo. She goes, oh my gosh, you're choosing the purple one? Yes, it is most authentic to her. So here's the before on the left and the after on the right. And she went on, when she was president of the National Speakers Association, she asked me if she could use the brand with the marble. And it's you, it's you, it's yours. Of course you can. And she created substance and significance, I believe was the theme for her presidential year, based on the design of the marble with the yin and the yang. Absolutely beautiful.